What's been going on with my boys?
School, sports, and keeping me busy, keeping us busy. And I
Like
tell you,
what?
oh my God.
I laugh at your posts because I'm always in something. Tell me.
I'm always in something.
Like what? Yeah.
We have football, thank God, Aubrey.
Yeah, tell me. I want to know. Like he's
So who Aubrey?
yeah.
Oh,
Like his speed. Like he
oh
got this
yes.
crazy speed, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ran like a 4.3 at the Under Armour camp. Just like the fastest time like in the nation. So
Ooh.
he doing real good. Thank God he can drive because he have to be at practice at like 5:45
Okay.
a.m.
Okay.
And then he stays there until he has school, and then he had to
Right.
stay until like 5. So he at school all day, practice before
12,
and after.
13 hours. Yeah.
But before he could drive, we was taking him. I'm
Yeah.
like, some gotta give. And Mason just finished basketball season. He came home like, I signed up for flag football. I'm like, Mason, I ain't had no break or nothing. His coach gonna call talking about yeah, we want him to run track. I'm like, wait a second, we
Oh,
still in
wow.
flag football.
I
He
love
always
it.
doing something.
I
Mason
love it.
and Aubrey, they stay doing something.
Well, you tell Mason that his TikTok is doing numbers. When he did, you remember when you and he met the little guy?
Yeah,
What's his name?
yeah.
Yeah, his little TikTok doing numbers.
I gotta tell you, you gotta send it to me.
I sure will.
Send it to me.
I sure will.
I gotta show him. He gonna think that's so funny.
All right. With no further ado, ma'am, tell me a joke.
Okay, a joke. So, why did the mayoral candidate bring a ladder to the debate?
Why?
He heard the polls were looking up.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
That's funny.
Why did the mushroom keep getting invited to all the best parties?
Why?
Because he was a fun guy. You like that, don't you? Yeah.
I'm glad I asked why, because I was about to say something different.
All right. So we have back today. What should I call you? What's your favorite thing to be called? Mrs. Woodfin, the mayor's wife, Kendra. Like, what do you like to be called most of all?
You can call me Mrs. Woodfin.
All right,
That's
Mrs.
my boo.
That's your boo. Well, Mrs. Woodfin, tell me your biggest pet peeve.
Ooh, my biggest pet peeve. Just anybody.
Yeah, just anybody.
I don't like liars.
I'm trying to tell you.
I don't like liars.
And the smaller the lie, the worse it is.
Like why?
Yeah.
It was unnecessary.
Completely unnecessary. Now, back to what you were just talking about. The mayoral campaign and all that kind of stuff. The last time you were here, were you Mrs. Woodfin yet? No, you did. No, you had. If you remember, you had told me, but Randall hadn't told me yet.
Oh, the new date?
Yeah. About the So let's start with your transition.
Okay.
Right. Being engaged to a mayor, getting married, that adjustment period. the citizens, other electeds. Tell me about that process.
It was tough, right? Yeah. Because I would think that when anybody is engaged, that their family members and all these people are putting stress on them about like their wedding and how to do it, and kind of their expectations of your day. So planning that wedding was extremely stressful because not only did we have that from our family, but then you had it from politicians, people in the community, like all these people who wanted to be there just because they thought it was the thing to be at. Yeah. Not because they care about our union or our marriage or us being wed, Right. So that made it tough. That's why we took it from like 500 people to just immediate family. Right. And even after that, it was a lot of fallout from our other family members and some friends and stuff because they were not invited, which kind of, it put things in perspective to me. Yeah. About where people were in my life. It makes your circle shrink, right? You start to look at like why people are in your life. Is it because they're gaining something from, you or what you're doing? Or is it because they're truly happy for you? They want to see you grow. And it was less of that and more of the first thing. Yeah. So since Randall and I have been married, I think our circles have shrunk. But it's more quality in it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's more quality in it. I used to, when we first got together and first got married and stuff, and it was all these events, all these people, I'm more like I don't have to do all that. Yeah. Like, I don't have to be everywhere. I don't have to. And if I am there, I'm there to just enjoy myself. I'm not really there to take the pictures, to do all the stuff like that, That was kind of an adjustment. Yeah. Right? So we got married in October. Mason, he's 11 now. He had to change schools that next August. Right? So when he went to school, it was, your dad's the mayor, and he hated it. Yeah. Hated it. And I felt so sorry for him. He used to be like, I don't want to go to school. Because we went from Hoover to Birmingham. Right. We were at Phillips, which is an amazing school. I mean, I love the principal, teachers, and stuff like that. And the students are great too. I think they just had to learn how to deal with him. And he had to learn how to deal with being the person that everybody kind of knew. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like we all had to learn how to live in a glass house. Living in a fishbowl. Yeah. And Mason did not like it. He was so upset. He was. And I think it made him kind of, he had a hard time adjusting to Randall because of that. Yeah. And he's a very smart student. He's always gotten awards and stuff like that wherever he goes. But at Phillips, when he was getting them, he had questions like, am I getting this just because of Randall? Am I, Yeah. Yeah, he didn't like that at all. Yeah. So we had a lot of we had to do a lot of reaffirming to Mason and just letting him know, it's okay. But I was adjusting too. We all were adjusting. I think Randall was also adjusting to having a family. I was nervous. I'm going to tell you this. I was nervous that Randall wouldn't like a loud house. Right? Because he's a quiet person. Yeah. You know how it is with kids. Yeah. They loud. Yeah. And I have boys. Right. So they always wrestling. Athletic boys. Yeah. It's a ball always being bouncing in the house and Randall trying to read over there. It's like, oh my God. Stop it. Yeah. Yeah. But he actually adjusted well. Randall did. I think it's refreshing to see him as a dad. It's sweet.
It is so sweet.
It's real sweet. It's so sweet. He like a different person to me.
Yeah.
He do. You know, because I was looking at him before we got together as like, you know, just the mayor. And you could see his mannerisms and kind of like how he was, you know, you kind of could just imagine how he would be like in private settings and stuff like that. He completely different now.
He is completely different. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I really love it.
Me too.
And let's take a time out.
Okay.
And one of the things, to your point, is I'll go to a meeting or I'll meet up with him or something, and there's love. He takes her to meetings and all kinds of stuff. It is just, it's the sweetest thing.
It is.
Yeah. But tell us about Love. What is she like? What is her personality like?
She's so funny.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Love is so funny. Let me tell you this. So I got to tell you about the delivery.
Yes.
Okay. I was so ready to get that baby out of me. If you saw me in the summertime, it was in the dead of the summer. I was hot as hell. I was big. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't fit nothing. My feet were swole. Like, I just felt ugly. I was like, get this baby out of me, please, Jesus. I was finding reasons to go to the doctor's office. Like,
and you wasn't 20.
Oh my God. Listen, it was like, I can't be, around somebody want to have all these kids, sir. Look, you gonna get this one? We gonna have to get a surrogate because I can't do this no more. But we was in the hospital, so I was in the hospital. I went for a checkup like on a Monday, and I was like, please get this baby out of me. Like, I don't feel good. Yeah. I'm just telling the doctor that. So they end up keeping me because I had high blood pressure.
Okay.
I had high blood pressure while I was pregnant. And a lot of people don't know this, but when I was probably 6 months pregnant, let's see, my younger brother was shot. He was shot in the head in Ainsley. Yep. When we got the call, yeah, nobody knows it. He's okay. He's trying to come back to himself. But Randall and I were on vacation. This is the third vacation, I think, that we went on when we got a bad call. So it made me scared to go away for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
I bet.
So Randall and I were on vacation, and we got that call about my brother. He immediately called like the fire chief or something like that who was on the scene. And he was like, we got a faint post. Like, I was listening or whatever, because they said he shot in the head. I'm automatically thinking, I'm 6 months pregnant. I dropped to the floor. I completely forgot I'm pregnant. And Randall was trying to like get me off the ground. He's trying to console me. And he got the fire chief on speakerphone, and he's like, okay, we got a faint pulse. I got up. He's like, we got to go. So we drove like 5 hours to get back home. It was like in the middle of the night. And we got to UAB, and they were doing all these surgeries and stuff. UAB saved his life. He should have been gone. Should have been gone. But UAB saved his life, and right now he's recovering, trying to, learn all the things again. Walking, talking, doing all that. It's a traumatic brain injury, and it takes time, but it was an adjustment. So the rest of my pregnancy, I had high blood pressure because of that. It was just a high stress situation, right? And when I went to the hospital that day, my blood pressure was so high, right? Because just the stress of that, it was just a lot. They kept me. Randall came, he came from work to the hospital, and they were like, they were going to induce me that Thursday. And I'm watching Randall. I'm just watching him like to see if he's nervous. You know what I mean? Like
trying to pick up a.
Yeah. And he was sweet. He was trying to take care of me. He's so sweet. And he was like rubbing my back and doing all the things or whatever. And man, we got to the point where he was like, okay, it's time to have a baby. And Randall was just like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, how you be talking all too. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. You okay?
That's what I was about to ask. Was he okay?
He was. So he was like, I'm going to stay up here. So he stayed up there by me. He didn't go like down there or whatever. When she came out, I said, oh my gosh, she looked just like him.
Just like him.
From when she came out, I saw her nostrils. I said, she looked just like him. Like she looked like him when she came out. And from that moment on, he went by her side. He's been by her side ever since. My husband gone.
It's a good mix now. I can see. Yeah, it's a great mix now. But at first,
she looked exactly like him.
Exactly like him.
He was popping up in the middle of the night. I remember the first night we tried to sleep in the hospital with her. He was jumping up, like going to see what she breathing. I'm like, if you don't go to sleep, it was sweet.
It's too sweet to see him with that baby. I tell you.
And Mason too. So Mason was mad my entire pregnancy. He was so mad at us. Mad.
Yeah.
When we told Mason, he stormed out the room crying on Christmas Day. When we told him he was pregnant. The day we brought Love home. Oh my God.
It was over.
Yes. Yes. She loved her brothers and they love her. They love her.
I love it.
It's so sweet. It's sweet.
And is she an outgoing baby or is she kind of,
No, she's silly. She's silly. She be mugging people though, but she's silly. She's sweet.
You see, I saved that little interaction when I first met her when she was with you. Because she was just looking at this. She look all cute. Just a funny little thing.
Yeah, she's funny. She's sweet though.
She's a sweetheart. Now you said the boys and she have a great interaction. What about a sweet story, or a funny story, especially with her and Mason? That's because funny. I see them together more so than I see Aubrey.
Yeah. Oh, a sweet story. Let me see. What is a sweet story?
Or funny
with them two? No. I think they just so sweet together.
I love it.
They are just sweet together. Let me tell you this. When I was pregnant, people always used to ask Mason, like when we go to his school or something, like the teachers, like, Mason, you excited for your mama to be pregnant? You excited about your little sister coming? He used to be like, no. Like with a straight face, like no.
With the straightest face.
Yeah, he's no liar. He's like, no, I'm not. He's not for real, Mason. No. And now they be like,
now
Mason, you excited about your sister?
Yeah.
He be like, yes. He be like, Mom, can I take her into school? He love his sister. She loves him. She be grabbing his face and like kissing him. She just love her brothers.
That's adorable. That's adorable.
He's so sweet. She got 2 little teeth at the bottom this week.
She got her 2 teeth
at the bottom. It's so cute. She already biting people.
I love it. Now, you told me, you warned me, but I'm gonna ask you anyway.
I should have known.
You should have known. This doggone campaign.
Yeah.
This is gonna be your first campaign.
No. So Randall and I got together during his last campaign.
That's right. It was during that's right.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
That first campaign was interesting because when people started seeing me around him, like women and stuff, I don't know what he had going on. He probably was a player. He was something. And the women was mad. The way they were mad, he had to have some stuff going on. You know what I mean? He had to. They were mad at me.
They still mad at you. Random women walking down the street, they think of the man, then they think of you.
Yeah. Hey,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. We dropped that video on election night. Remember the dance video? It came out.
That's right.
Yeah, on election night before all the numbers were in. Why he do that? Listen, first of all, I didn't even know he was about to do that. I was at his election party when it came up. People were like, look at your phone. People was looking at their phone. I'm like,
oh, really? We doing this?
Next thing you know, I was all over the news. I'm like, oh my God.
What a way to be brought out.
Man, what? My dad was like, turn that down. Like, because they used to be on the radio, like, who is this with Randall? And talking about how I look and stuff like that. My dad did not want to hear that. Talking about what I look like in that red dress.
Yeah. He didn't want to hear it.
He didn't want to hear that.
Oh, I love it.
That's so funny. So this will be my second time being in the election, but first as a wife. So it's different because our family is involved, and we have to have those serious conversations with our kids about what they put on social media, how they present themselves, how anything they do, outside of our home can be completely,
right,
just
taken out of
context, over exaggerated, made public on the news, anything,
Mm-hmm.
We have to have those conversations with them, and it's interesting.
I bet.
Yeah, it's interesting when you have a family.
Yeah,
it is. Now, I don't worry too much about the candidates at all.
Yeah,
God got a purpose for Randall in this season, and that's where he at. That's where he's supposed to be. So I don't ever question if anybody can take that from him, because God placed him there for such a time as this.
Amen.
Right, and he's gonna remain there.
Yeah,
I'm confident in that. I don't worry about the rest.
Yeah,
it's all dog and pony shows.
Yeah. So I'll say your first, campaign and whatnot, and even his term, you were getting familiar, learning your role as a wife, as a first lady, as a mom again. But now you seem to be focused. You seem to be driving your ship.
Yes.
Having your own projects.
Yeah.
I would love to hear about what you're doing with Culture City.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Culture City is an amazing organization.
And remind us what Culture City is.
Mm-hmm. So Culture City is the world's largest nonprofit for sensory inclusion and neurodiversity, like inclusion, right? In public spaces. So what Culture City does is they create safe spaces in public facing buildings. So think arenas, stadiums, concert halls, things like that. So it's I think 1 in 4 people now in the US are neurodiverse, right? Or 1 in 36 people now, I think it's 36, have autism. So the numbers are getting bigger.
Right.
Right. So they create these spaces where if someone is overstimulated and they need to just, kind of calm down or have a moment before they go back out into a concert or into a game or something like that, they can go in this space, they can calm down, relax. They have fidget tools, headphones, different things like that they give those partners for people who struggle with these things.
Right,
So it could be, it's not just autism. You think PTSD, ADHD, things like that. Like people become overwhelmed and overstimulated by different sensory like things. You know, you have 5 senses. It could be somebody who is too bright in here. You know, like these lights could be too much for someone. Or sound, like certain sounds could be too much for someone. You know, like different things, even taste and feel. Some people can't wear certain fabrics. So I started working with Culture City in August of last year. So this was right after Love. And I guess I can kind of talk about this project now. I had a vision. You know, God always giving me dreams. I woke up one day and God said, Culture City Museum. I said, I turned around and I said, God just told me Culture City Museum. That's interesting.
Indeed.
Right. So I called the founders, which is founded here in Birmingham, Alabama. The founders are from here. They're in 25 countries. In 10 years, they have reached 25 countries.
That's
thousands
amazing.
of venues. They're partnered with the NBA, NFL. They changed so many lives. Like, amazing organization, right? So I called them over to the house, like after I had this vision. And I said, have y'all ever thought about doing a museum? And they were like, yes, that's our long-term goal in the 20th year. They were at 10 years. They had just celebrated their 10-year anniversary. I said, God told me this morning. I know a place for y'all. We went that day, took them to a place, and they were like, this is it. Like, this is what we got to do. So for the last year, we have been putting together a museum for disability rights and inclusion.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It is. It's good to be a part of, man. You said something. You were talking about like where I am now, this term, versus where I was before. Kind of trying to figure it out, find myself and stuff before. Where I am now, I'm in a place of acceptance. So before, I was in a place of, you know, trying to understand it.
Right.
Like I was trying to understand it. I was trying to get comfortable with it. I was trying not to get irritated with it, right?
Yeah.
With the pictures, with the expectations, with all those things. Right now, when I go into a place and it's an event, it's a lot of people or whatever it may be, I'm like, okay, God, what is it that you want me to get out of this? Who is it that you want me to see? Who is it that I should meet? What can they get from me? How can I be a light in this situation? You know, like I'm just looking at it differently now. Like in everybody that you meet, like it's a blessing.
That's right.
And you have the opportunity now to meet people who can help change your life, or you can help change their life, or y'all can partner and change other people's lives. You know, you can grow in it. So now I'm just in this place of accepting and embracing like the place that God has for me in his life in what we do, you know, like in the city. So it feels better.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Aside from
Okay.
your husband and your beautiful children, give us some shout outs.
Some shout outs.
Yeah, who you want to give out some shout outs to?
I gotta give a shout out to my parents.
Yeah.
I promise you, if it was not for them, this would, like, none of it would be possible. They make it possible for us to be in all the millions of places we need to be and still take care of our family and home.
Amen.
Like, I couldn't thank them enough. So my parents, for sure. My best friend, Tiffany Miller, she was going through the same thing as me at the same time, right?
Oh, really?
So, yeah. So we were engaged, married, and both pregnant all at the same time in the same year time. So we walked it out together, and she is like That's my sister. That's who I go to. That's who I like think stuff out with. Or even in my marriage, you know how you can't go to everybody about your marriage. I can go to her.
Yeah.
I be calling her like she Randall when I want to cuss him out.
Yeah.
You know you can't cuss him out.
Yeah.
I just call her, Tiffany.
Yeah.
She's just like, okay.
Yeah. Give you that ear.
Man, she give me that ear, the shoulder, whatever I need. Yeah, I gotta give her a shout out. I gotta shout out. Lakita is my executive assistant at my brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
She run that thing, I swear. So it wouldn't be running or doing anything without her. She is like my right hand. Yeah. You need those pieces. You need to be able to like delegate well.
Yeah.
Right. My husband taught me that, like delegate well.
Yeah.
Like, and it frees you up.
That's right.
Yeah. So I've been able to do that. I'm appreciative of those people. I am.
We're going to close it out with how can people get in touch with you to buy a house?
Oh, okay. I will say this.
Talk about your business. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Iron City Premier Realty is my brokerage. I have agents that they can reach out to if they go on the Iron City Premier Realty page on Facebook, Instagram. They can reach out to any of our agents that we have if they want to buy a house. I mainly do like commercial and development and stuff now. If you're interested in that, you can definitely reach out to me, Kendra Woodfin, on social media, pretty much all social media platforms. Yep.
All right.
That's where I am. Mm-hmm.